one of the biggest stories we had from the weekend was the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets trade draft picks, right? And the Colts, if you are a Colts fan, you got a great haul. You are like, awesome, we got their pick this year, we got another pick this year, another pick next year. If you're the Colts, you were like, we scored. The Colts took advantage of being realistically, could make the case, the only team in the top 5 that did not have to draft a quarterback. So they were like, it's cool, quarterback heavy class, we can move out. We are not in dire need of a quarterback. With that being said, now that the Jets are in the top 5, I think it's going to set up an interesting scenario. And also, since the Jets are now in the top 5, I just released my mock draft on Friday, and now we've already got to go into mock draft 2.0. But this time, I'm only going to be releasing my top 5 picks because I think they're the picks that will matter and shape the rest of the draft, plus another first-round pick because there is someone that is just as affected by this trade in terms of players. Number 1, to the Browns. There is no trade now. The Browns will select Sam Darnold with the number 1 overall pick, and they will keep him. Why are they keeping him in this scenario? Because now that the Jets have moved into the top 5, the Browns do not have the security blanket of we can trade away this pick or draft another player at this pick and then still get our quarterback at 4. All the quarterbacks are going to be gone. The quarterbacks that the Browns are going to want to acquire will not be there when they draft again at 4. So now they have to take Darnold at 1. He's the best quarterback in the draft, and they cannot afford to wait to 4 to pick up. With the second pick in the draft, the New York Giants will still select Josh Rosen. Same reasons I said last time. He is the second best QB in the draft. He is the pocket passer. He looks like New York. He is distinguished. He's polished. He is everything Odell Beckham is not. The Giants, they know they have an aging Eli Manning. This is their future. This is their guy. You get him now. Number 3. Now the New York Jets are in the top 5. The New York Jets are selecting Josh Allen with the 3rd overall pick. The Jets did not move up higher to get a non-quarterback, but they are not going to get the chance to get a Darnold or Rosen because they're going to go the first 2 picks, and now for what will be the first time in NFL history, there will be 3 quarterbacks taken 1, 2, and 3. We've had a bunch of times when it's gone 1 and 2. This will be the first time it goes 1, 2, 3. The Jets will get Josh Allen, who's still probably a little bit of a project quarterback, which is fine because they have Teddy Bridgewater who can play for a year, and then they give the reins to Josh Allen. Number 4, you have the Browns, and now they have their quarterback. Now they need their defensive guy. The guy who I initially had to go number 3 to the Colts is now going to be 1 slot below. That's right, it is Minkah Fitzpatrick. Still probably the most sure thing in this draft. He is not... I think Bradley Chubb's a better player, but I think Minkah Fitzpatrick has the highest floor. Maybe not the highest ceiling, but he has the highest floor. The least chance to bust of any player in this draft. And then at number 5, my Broncos, I still have taking Baker Mayfield with the 5th overall pick. Once again, they need a quarterback. Case Keenum is not an answer. He is kind of like that Flex Seal stuff that you see on the commercials, and he is simply to stop the water from getting in, but eventually you're going to need someone to come in and replace him. They will take Baker Mayfield, kind of in a similar situation to the Jets taking Josh Allen. It's not their number 1 guy, but because of the situation, how the draft will unfold, they will need him. Baker Mayfield will be the 5th overall pick. And like I said, this is just my top 5. But the guy that I want to focus on as well in this draft, because I think he's going to be the most impacted guy in this draft because of this trade, is one Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson in a lot of drafts right now, people have going to a team like the Steelers or the Saints at the end of the first round, where you have an older quarterback, and they're like, okay, let's start drafting his future. And you also give him to a guy like the Steelers and Saints, where those teams work, is if you're eventually going to convert him into a wide receiver, those teams have brilliant offensive weapons as is, and you can kind of just integrate them, and you can use them for the short term, and you can use them for the long term. But now that the Jets have basically declared that there will be 3 quarterbacks taken in the first 3 picks, Lamar Jackson, who was initially probably not going to go until 26, 27, like I said, around New Orleans, Pittsburgh time, he has a really good chance. And I'm not even just going to say a really good chance. I'm going to go on record. Get this down, you guys. You all loved it. On record, what did he say? Oh, hold him to his word. Lamar Jackson will not fall lower than number 12 to the Buffalo Bills. I think there's a chance Miami takes him at 11, but if Miami does not, Lamar Jackson is definitively going to the Buffalo Bills, who, because of this Jets trade, and they were not as aggressive as I hinted at Friday that they should be. I was right in terms of I had an AFC East team being aggressive. I thought it was going to be the Bills. Ended up being the Jets. The Bills, you cannot pass up a quarterback. You just traded away Tyrod Taylor. No one wants to see Nathan Pearman for 16 games. Tyrod Taylor is gone. Lamar Jackson is up next. He will not fall below the Bills at 12. And even if you have to run Pearman out, it'll only be for a few games until you feel comfortable enough with Lamar Jackson or your fan base boos you out of the building. So here we go. This improvised draft. You have 4 quarterbacks in the top 5. The surest defensive player we have, and then Lamar Jackson is basically going to move up about 15, 16 slots simply due to team needs, not necessarily he should be drafted in the top 12. So once again, Darnold to the Browns, Rosen to the Giants, Allen to the Jets, Fitzpatrick to the Browns, and Baker Mayfield to the Broncos, and Lamar Jackson going no later than 12th to the Buffalo Bills.